We're back from Keller Williams Mega Camp in San Antonio, Texas, and we have some exciting news to share with you. Gary Keller was on stage talking about how the housing economy has been affected nationally, and we're here to bring it down to the state of Maine and tell you a little bit of pulse of what we're feeling out there in the market. Tammy, tell us a little bit about what you learned out at Mega Camp.
So at Mega Camp, we're talking a lot about the economy. Everybody's focus is really on what's happening with the economy, what's happening with jobs, what's happening with the real estate market. And there was a lot of talk around GDP, which is the gross domestic product. Now the government takes a look at the GDP to determine what they're going to be doing with interest rates, what they're going to be doing about unemployment rates, etc. And as we know, this impacts our whole economy. So in looking at year over year, comparing the GDP this year to last year at the same time, it's actually dropped down to 1.4% from 2.6. Now, the GDP typically grows about 2.5% per year. So with it being at 2.6%, that was low to begin with, and then it dropped down to 1.4%. Now, this has only happened 5 times since the year 1990. So the thoughts are we may be heading into what's called stagflation. And what that means is whether you address unemployment rates, whether you address interest rates, there is going to be some uncertainty around the economy, and that in return impacts our real estate market. So what we're looking at is nationally, we're looking at more days on market for listings, more price improvements for listings. Buyers are not in as much of a rush to purchase a property. They may be waiting, thinking that the interest rates might drop back down to 3%. That is not going to happen. Interest rates have just kind of been bobbing up and down between 1/4, 0.5% in change. So don't expect a big change in the interest rates. And we're seeing buyers out there today who are kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, or maybe they'll save up a little bit more money. It really doesn't work out to their benefit because we are still seeing housing costs increase by 4% per year. So if you're planning on selling, sell. If you're planning on buying, buy. Would you say that, Anne Marie?
Absolutely, yeah. We definitely have heard that over the last couple of years, and I think there's definitely buyers out there that wish they bought, a year or 2 ago, because now the prices are up even from that time period. So, and the best thing is we are part of a worldwide company, Keller Williams, #1 in the nation, in the world. And so we have the benefit of being in a room with people from all over the world. We got a pulse on southern markets to our Midwest, to our western states, and they are definitely seeing an adjustment in the market. Luckily here in Maine, we're still in a seller's market. We are slightly hinting to a more balanced market, but we are not, unfortunately, there in at least the greater Portland area.
Right. So as your local experts here in Maine, we are also, as Anne Marie said, keeping a pulse on what's happening nationally. That tends to take a little while to get here to the state of Maine, but again, keep in mind, Maine is a very localized market. So we may be hit with a full stagflation, or we may not.
Right.
But if you ever have any questions, reach out to us here at Lifestyle Properties. As we mentioned, we're the local resource, local experts, and we'd be happy to assist you with your real estate needs.